Welcome, everybody. I am Marnie Barenko, and I'm here with Marilyn Bradford. And we've been having various conversations about things happening in the world, quarantine times, and all of that. And today we want to look at the topic of choice. And I would say for me, Marilyn, one of the things that probably set me free the most in my life was when I got that my choice was creating and that I always had one. And that it took away, it was good news and bad news. It was bad news because I couldn't blame anyone anymore, but it was also good news because I got, I actually get to create what I would like to have. So with what's going on in the world right now, maybe people are feeling a bit frustrated. They don't have jobs, or their kids are home all the time, or, angst with partners and things. What would you say about choice, and what are some things we can choose when things are a bit trying or difficult?
Well, first of all, I love what you said about the good news and the bad news. Because as long as you're operating from, this is happening to me, which is what a lot of people are operating from now, you actually don't have choice. Just that mindset takes away your choice. Because we're always going to find ourselves in different situations. And the thing that I've gotten so much from the Access tools, but that in any situation, I can choose how to respond. That's one thing. It's not a right or wrong or good or bad or yes or no. I can say, oh, okay, I'm in lockdown. Now, what can I actually do? And sometimes I'm kind of like, what can I actually get away with?
Not you, Marilyn.
And if you get off the idea that someone's taken your choices away and get into what's possible given the situation, you can get really, really creative. So that's a lot of what I've done. And I think people think they don't have choice when their old normal is taken away. But you can create a new normal, and I've found that being in quarantine, and I live by myself, but it's opened up some things I never thought about doing and being interested in. And I'm back into birding. The cats and I are now avid birders.
You've got an extra addition to the birding. I like it.
Yes, exactly. But other things too. I'm watching, some online museums and seeing that I can choose to be happy and explore things now. And keep asking what's possible. And it doesn't mean Pollyanna. It's not like, oh, it's all so wonderful. It's like, another day at home. I don't have a lot on the calendar. What could I choose? And
yes.
So that's a lot of what I've been doing and talking with my clients and people about during this. It's not that you're out of control. It's just the situation's changed.
Yeah. And for me, one of the gifts of this whole time is that when your normal goes away, when I wake up in the morning and I do XYZ goes away, it actually kind of in a way forces you to look from a different place. You can either just go into the moping of, well, that's all went away, or you can go, so now that is gone, what do I actually desire to create? Like if I had no thing that I'm supposed to do, and I wasn't creating from what somebody else wanted me to do or what they decided was important, what do I desire to create? And it just opened up a whole space to really hone in on what actually is fun for me.
So, yeah, I agree. And it's a version of, we used to tell people, what if you woke up with amnesia and you didn't know who you are and you could reinvent yourself? Well, it's time to, guess what, folks? You're going to have to, we all have to reinvent our lives. The other thing that's really been up for me with choice is asking myself the question, what energy am I choosing from? Because I do have times when I'm really down. And if I try to choose from this energy, I don't your energy creates your life. If I try to choose from that energy, I can't make really expansive choices. So what I would say is, one of the things that I find that really helps is checking in with my energy. If my energy is blah, then I can go, okay, so what could I choose happiness now? Could I choose a different energy now? We think that choice is just choice, but you choose from an energy, and certain energies make a lot more possible than other energies. I mean, if you're like, I'm all alone and I'm lonely and I wonder what I could do. I mean, what, there's not a lot of choice from that. But if you're like,
Totally.
okay, yeah, now what?
Yeah. Yeah. Meme, your energy creates your life. So it is.
Yeah.
And you hit on a lot of really key things, is that noticing when your energy is blah and not happy and whatever it is, and then going, what could I choose? Could I choose happy? So inviting the energy that you desire into your life by choosing it, and that actually creates what your life is. I love that, Marilyn. It's awesome.
Yeah, and we think choice is about being very specific, but I've learned that actually the broader, it's like, okay, I would like to, what's going to create fun for me today? What's going to create greater? What can I choose that will actually liven things up, rather than, okay, I want to binge watch a medical show that's got, you know what I mean? It's the more we try to solidify and limit the choice, the more we bring everything down into a kind of a block and cut out other choices.
And it's such an interesting point you bring up, though, because we sort of think when we make the specific choice, that specific choice is what's going to give us the energy we desire, but it actually stops it and limits it from showing up. But when you go, you flip it. This is the energy I desire. And then you make that choice, then the universe can surprise you in all kinds of ways with what that energy is and how it can show up.
You know, Marnie, I'd like you to say that again about the flip. I think that's something that people really don't get, and it's so critical.
Yeah. Well, how often do we go to, I need to buy the house, I need to have the car, I need to have the relationship, I need to have the thing. So we look to the choice of the thing because we've decided that thing or those things, when we have them, it's going to give us the energy we desire, the peace, the happiness, the whatever, the adventure, the whatever it is. But then we're limited to how we can have peace and joy and adventure because we've decided this is the choice that will deliver it, versus I'm just going to take the lid off the jar and invite happiness. I'm just going to go beyond all my conclusions and invite adventure. And then the universe can go, she's asking for adventure. Let me surprise her with ways she didn't even think about where she can have adventure.
I think that's just brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. If people can get that, that will change their lives completely.
Whole lives. Yes. So any last wrap up, Marilyn, that you would add?
Well, remember that a choice is only good for 10 seconds. If you choose to cook today and you start cooking and you're like, I don't really want to do this, find a way to choose something different, turn it off, let it cool, put it back in the fridge. What else would I like to do? And the last one we talked about no judgment. Don't judge your choices. That's the other thing I would like to say. It takes all the adventure out of it. And you're going to make choices that don't work, but that's the whole thing of choice creates awareness. You choose, I don't think so. Okay, never mind, I'll choose again.
And the choosing every 10 seconds is what empowers you to do that. Because if your choice is only good for 10 seconds, how could it be right or wrong? It was just 10 seconds. Now we're in the next 10 seconds.
Right.
And so you don't stick you.
You don't stick you.
Let's unstick us. I'm sticking us by never judging our choices. I'll have that.
Me too.
So thank you all for listening. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.